Hello,
Hi there.
Georges.
How's it going, Satish? Nice to see you.
Very good, very good, very good. How are you?
Oh, I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, I'm just at college.
Where are you speaking from? Where are you based?
I am in Todmorden in Yorkshire.
In Yorkshire. Okay,
Yeah, I'm actually in
okay.
college right now. It's a Todmorden Climate College. So it's a
Steiner College.
climate college, yeah. No, climate. So
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit like Schumacher College.
Very good.
Yeah,
Where
it's
about
really
is it?
Todmorden.
Where about? Where
Todmorden.
about?
It's in Todmorden in Yorkshire, West
Yeah,
Yorkshire.
I've not heard about it. So is it a college for grown-up children, grown-up students, or young children?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. I think the course is 16 plus. Anyone
Okay,
over 16 can apply.
okay.
Um,
I've heard of, I've been to Ruskin College or Ruskin Mill.
okay.
Have you heard of Ruskin Mill
No, I've not heard of that.
Gloucestershire?
In Gloucestershire.
Yeah, that is also Rudolf Steiner inspired.
Oh, sorry, it's not Steiner. I said climate.
Climate.
Yeah, climate
Okay. Oh,
college.
I told you Steiner. Okay.
No, but that
Climate.
sounds good.
Yeah, sound is a bit unclear on my computer. I don't know why. Sounded like Steiner. Okay.
Oh, it might be
Okay.
my microphone.
Maybe, yeah, maybe I should know more about it. When you are writing to me, tell me a little bit more and send me a little link and I can look.
I will do. Yeah, I will
Yeah,
make a note to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a great course.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me a little bit more what you are planning.
Well, the original plan was to cycle around the world and
Yes,
spread education about the global carbon reward scheme.
yes, yes.
I read about it in a novel called Ministry for the Future.
Okay.
And it's basically a scheme to get central banks to
Yes,
fund organizations and countries and pay them for keeping fossil fuels in the ground.
yes,
And I thought that sounded like such a good idea to,
yes,
obviously we have the stick of the carbon tax. So I thought it was good to also have the carrot of the
yeah,
carbon reward.
yeah,
Obviously it's not the most fair solution in the world because, it would give lots of money to people like Saudi Arabia and Russia who
yeah,
just for sitting on top of fossil fuels. But on a
yes,
practical level, it might actually achieve keeping the fossil fuels in the ground. So that's more important, isn't it?
yes, yes,
And I suppose some economists might think it's impractical because it's reliant on creating money.
yeah,
But we did that in 2008 with the financial crash. So we could probably do it again to save the planet, couldn't we?
yes, yes,
So I was very inspired by that
yes,
project, and I wanted to go and spread education about it. And I remembered that you did your walk in the 60s, and so I thought, oh, I'll do it on a bicycle. And then I realized, oh, I'm basically retracing the steps of your walk kind of
yeah,
backwards because it's all the
yeah.
global central
So
banks.
which route will you take? Planning to take?
I was thinking of going, well, Paris, Brussels, Berlin,
Yes,
and then Moscow, New
yes.
Delhi, Beijing. This was
Okay.
before Russia invaded the Ukraine.
Yeah, yeah,
And which made me think of you again because you did yours for world peace and nuclear disarmament. So there's a lot of kind of balls in the air, isn't there, sort of ideologically? So yeah, I thought I'd get in touch with you and ask for your thoughts on it and see if you thought
yeah.
it was a good time.
So are you planning to do on your own by yourself, or are you planning to do one other person with a companion?
I have put the word out to find someone else to do it with. I think it would be better to do it with someone. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm asking around at the moment.
Yeah, very good. No, I think it's a good idea. I give you my blessing. But
Thank you.
also, I think that there's no harm in trying to go to Moscow, even if there is a problem between Ukraine and Russia. because when you start from London, Paris, Brussels, Berlin, it will take you a few weeks, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you get to border of Belarusia and Russia. And so, and even if it is still conflict, it's a better to go and talk about peace with nature and peace with people, and connecting those two together. I mean, if I was young, and even now, even though I'm not walking or bicycling, but I would like to go to Moscow and talk to Putin if I can meet him, and go to Ukraine and talk to Zelensky, and say to them, let's sit down together and have a cup of tea and talk for a common interest, other than this my interest, your interest, a narrow national interest. We have to think about the common interest. And the common interest is to keep the fossil fuel in the ground. Common interest is to protect the environment. Common interest is our common home. Planet Earth is a common home. And nature is our ultimate nationality, is our nature. All this nationality of Russia, America, British, Europe, African, Indian, Chinese, these nationalities are narrow nationalities. The big nationalities are our nature. We are born in nature, and therefore we are nature nationals. And so I would say, don't change your plan because of this crisis. Stay with your plan and go to Moscow. And if you can go from Moscow to Beijing, that's a long way. But it is a very good thing to do, Beijing. And then from Beijing, you can come to Tibet. And then from Tibet, you can come to Nepal. And from Nepal, you come to India and go to Delhi. And that will be very good, to London to Delhi via Moscow and Beijing. And on your bicycle, you can do in 6 months, I would say. What do you think?
That sounds, so you think I should go, rather than from Moscow south to Delhi, because that would go through Afghanistan, I should go to Beijing?
I think you should go to Beijing, because Beijing is a very important center now, and they are very strong, big growing economy, and they are going to use lots and lots of fossil fuel and lots of coal and oil and gas. So I think it's very important to persuade Chinese to reduce their carbon footprint and the use of fossil fuel. So I think if you can, and on your bicycle, it's not too big detour, only about a couple of weeks more. But Beijing is a very important capital.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'd love to go there. Would it not be better? Is that better than going from Moscow to Delhi and then to Beijing? So you're only really going eastward?
The thing is that you can look a bit more topography and so on. When you are coming from Beijing to Tibet and Nepal and India, you are coming downhill. You are coming down from Himalayas. So bicycling downhill, what kind of bicycle will you have?
It's a road bike. It's not a mountain bike. No, not electric.
Not electric, yeah. So in that case, going uphill on Himalayas from Nepal and Tibet and Beijing is much harder. If you came down from Himalayas into Nepal and India, you are coming down. So your bicycle will roll like nobody's business. So that will be better. Okay. And also if you want to finish in Delhi, that's a good place. Mahatma Gandhi, the grave of Mahatma Gandhi, India very kind of in a way more receptive. India will be more receptive for you, more spiritual. I would say finishing in India is better than finishing in Beijing.
Well, I was hoping to finish in Washington.
Washington?
Well, to maybe if I go to Tokyo Washington? And try and get a boat to America and cycle across America.
That's a different route then. In that case, I was just thinking about bicycling uphill from India to Nepal is all the way thousands of kind of meters high, and
Yeah.
then Tibet is high. So how will you, if you are going to Washington, then it might be better to go to Delhi, then Beijing, and then Japan, and then take Tokyo, and then take a boat or a plane to San Francisco, and then bicycle to Washington. That might be, you can think about it. You can think about it, yeah. But it's worth doing. And if you can have one other person with you, another young man, that'd be very good. And so that's what I did. I did with another young man with me.
And that would be better than a woman.
Huh?
That would be better than a woman.
I would say better, young man, better. Then the relationship is, I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean, it's up to you. My advice would be, my experience was that I decided to go with a man because in this long journey, either there should be 2 women or 2 men. That was my kind of hunch, intuition. But you feel your way. There's no fixed way.
Okay.
Either way is fine. Yeah, you feel your way. But my kind of intuition is that 2 young men will be good.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But why not do an electric bike?
That would be good. Yeah. And you could have a solar
Charging
panel.
will be the question. But how do you charge along the way? Only thing is that when you have an electric bike, it's easier in mountains, climbing up. I mean, if you have a good gear bike, what kind of bike is going uphill with your changing gear? It's okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. That's all right then. Just have a good bike with a good gears, then you don't have problem of charging.
Yeah.
In the rural areas, if there's no charging, then you have to paddle anyway.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard, but
yeah, it'll be hard. Yeah,
that's worth doing.
It's okay. So make a little, like a kind of banner on the bicycle. Put a little banner. Yes, keep carbon underground. And a kind of, you can say, a tour around the world, something like that. Tour around the world, keep carbon underground, make peace with the earth, something like that. A little banner on a little, I would say, a little tin or something, because the rain and so on.
Okay.
You can, a little something strong, a tin or metal, and typed, printed on the metal, and fix it on your bike. So the front of the bike, just like this. I mean, this size, maybe 8 or 10 inch or 1 foot wide and 1 foot tall. That's big, not too big, just fixed on a bike. And that, so wherever you go, it's a kind of photogenic, and you can take the picture. And wherever you go, always try to meet the press. Okay. Because you want to spread the word. And so always go, when you go to Paris, go and meet the newspapers there, Le Monde or whatever newspaper. Then you go to Brussels, then go to Berlin. Wherever the newspapers, radio, television, contact the press, because press will spread the word. And also they will spread the word before you reach, the people know about you, because they have already read about you. And so you just, and then try to go to schools, colleges, universities, and speak to young people, students, and say to them, campaign in your time, because like Greta Thunberg, the young people will be very supportive to you. And so, and if you have any contact with, do you have any contact with any green organization like Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, anybody?
Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion is good. But I would say, in addition to Extinction Rebellion, get another organization like WWF or something who have branches in other countries. Because Extinction Rebellion doesn't have a branch in other countries, but WWF or Friends of the Earth might have. So Friends of the Earth France, Friends of the Earth Germany, Friends of the Earth, and try to find who are the organizations in Russia, and contact them and say, I'm coming on my bike to promote ecology, environment, carbon footprint, small carbon footprint, and that way you will have some people to host you and organize meetings for you and get some press context for you or something like that. Yeah. And then you don't have to spend much money because they can feed you, they can put you up. Because if you are on a journey for 6 months, better to have minimal money and maximum hospitality. Because I did without any money and always depending on the hospitality of the strangers.
Yeah.
So either just have a little bit of money, not much, but try to find local people, to stay with local people. That way you will get to know people and they get to get sort of much more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to take a bit of money, because I was reading your book and, you know,
yes,
your guru said to take none.
I did without any money. But those were 1962. Those are slightly different time.
Okay.
I would say take a little money, not much money, and always try to find local context and say to people, we will depend on the hospitality of the people. So if you can put me up for the night, for 1 night, 2 nights, that's it, no problem. And if there are some organizations like WWF or any environmental organization in Beijing or in Greenpeace or something in Moscow, or some local environmental organization, if you can research and find and let them know, because we always told peace committees around the world, CND, Peace Committee, WRI, Quakers, and did you read my book?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a very helpful to have a local peace organizations to help you to spread the word. That's the main purpose, to spread the word, get audiences and people to come. Schools, universities, they are always ready. As teachers are always very helpful. Wherever we went in schools, teachers were always helpful. Teachers will say, come and speak to our students. Tell us about geography of Afghanistan, geography of Iran. Tell us about the culture and poetry of Iran. Tell us. So they want to know. And then while you are speaking about the geography and literature and philosophy and history of the country, you can also talk about climate change.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Because the locals will have experience of how climate's affecting them. So that'll be good to spread around. Yeah. Definitely.
No, that's a very good idea. Good luck, Georges. Good luck. Anything
Thank you very much. Would you recommend taking a phone or a laptop with me? Because obviously you didn't have those. Would that be
laptop? Not laptop. No.
Okay.
A phone. Yes. A phone with your email. You can do email on the phone. You can. I think minimum gear, not too much.
Not an expensive phone. Not a fancy phone.
Simple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a phone is good because then you can connect with people with texting and a kind of WhatsApp or something and emailing. Just a phone.
Yeah.
Just take it. And phone is safe because you can laptop, etc. Yeah, up to you. But I would say maximum if you want to do something small, tablet, iPad or something, but not a big. Also, I mean, although it's a bicycle, still you will have a sleeping bag.
Yeah,
sleeping bag, a change of clothes, because whenever you are staying in rural, small places like Russia, uh, people may not have enough bedding or something like that. There are some poor countries, poor families where you can sleep, but you can have your own sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have a change of clothes and sleeping bag, and maybe, yeah, whatever.
Should I take a tent?
I mean, the thing is, if you sleep in a tent, then you are not meeting anybody. You are just on your own.
That's true.
So having an excuse to stay with somebody, you know their culture, their home, their values, their family life, is a much more experience to stay with people. So I would say, if you can, try to always find somebody to give you hospitality. That's what we did. We did not carry tent.
Okay.
Because we thought that if you carry tent, you are on your own, you are sleeping in your tent, and then you don't meet people as much as you don't have you have a temptation to sleep in your own tent, because how to find somebody, but when you are absolutely forced to find somebody to give you hospitality, and unless you have a hospitality, I mean, you can sleep in a sleeping bag in a pub, or in a coffee house, or in a tea house, or in a little youth hostel, or anywhere. It doesn't matter. But so I would not advise tent.
Okay. On the sign, should I have keep carbon in the ground, world peace in different languages, or should I just have it in English?
I mean, I did have English and Arabic, because we were coming through Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Azerbaijan, the Muslim countries, quite a lot. And then we changed our banners when we arrived in Russia, and we put a different new banner. We created new banner, Mi Jamir, we are for peace. So I would say nowadays English is pretty widely spoken, so people will know English. But if you are I mean, the thing is, how many languages do you do if you are going to go through French, German, Russian, Mongolian, even in China, the Mandarin is not everywhere spoken, although most people will know. And then Nepal, Hindi. I would say keep English. That's it. Because you are from England. So you are carrying your banner in your language.
Okay. Brilliant.
The other thing I did, I had a leaflet.
Okay.
And that leaflet was translated into many languages. So in the beginning, I had a leaflet in Hindi in India. Then we translated into Urdu, and then translated into Russian, and Persian, Russian, German, French, Japanese, all these. So you can have a small leaflet, and that can be in different languages.
Okay.
Or you have a little booklet, or a 2, 3 page, 4 page something, and then you can have different languages, and wherever you are, you give them. We had a good connection with Indian embassy always, and they always, because we had no money, but we always got Indian embassy to translate and duplicate and copy 1,000 copies, 2,000 copies, something like that, and then we carried it in our rucksack. So you can do some leaflets.
So I should talk to the British embassy?
I don't know if British embassy will support you. When do you want to start?
July.
July. Why late? Why not?
I'm at college. I want to finish my college course.
Okay, fine.
But that may mean the Russian winter.
I was in Russian winter, so it's okay. Yeah, I was in Russian winter. Okay. It's okay. I started in June. I was in Russian winter. That's okay. So at that time, you will need some warm clothes. But when you are bicycling, your body get warm.
That's true. Yeah.
But you will need warm clothes in Russia.
Yeah.
So July, I mean, I would say you will be in Moscow by September, October.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not July, August, September for 3 months, October. Because how many miles will you do a day? 50?
Well, 50 sounds good. I think when I've tried this kind of thing in England, I've managed to do 80 miles in a day.
Yeah. How many hours?
How many hours? Oof, that would have been about 12 hours.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, your purpose is not just bicycling.
Yeah.
Your purpose is to meet people.
Okay.
And therefore, start at 9 o'clock and finish by 4.
Okay.
And wherever you are, find a place to stay and meet people and organize a lecture, give a talk and meet people and talk to people. And because your idea, your purpose is not just to bicycle, but to meet people, to promote ideas at grassroots level.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When people become involved in low carbon lifestyle, then companies will not produce oil. Oil is produced because customers want to buy it.
Yeah.
If nobody will want to buy oil, then companies will not produce the oil.
Yeah.
So we have to raise the awareness among people.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I would say 50 miles. 50 miles you can do in about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
What is your speed? 10, 15 miles
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. That's only about 10 miles an hour. So
10 miles an hour is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 miles an hour and so 5 hours. So 10 to 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. By 4 o'clock, you should find a place to stop between 3 and 4. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
And maximum 5. Huh?
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. Maximum 5 o'clock. Then stop, find a place to stay and go around, tell people this evening, I'm giving a talk, come meet me in a little local pub, local village hall, a local village church, a mosque, somewhere, public place, school, find somewhere where you can ask people to come. 10, 20, 50, 100, how many people come? Then you give your talk, give them your leaflet and say whatever.
Okay.
Even get a little signed petition, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So campaigning is your purpose, not just bicycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bicycling is only a means to an end.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic.
Okay.
So sorry to keep asking you questions.
Any more questions?
So do you think I'm focusing really on world peace and carbon, not really mentioning the nuclear bomb side of things?
You don't need to. You don't need to. You just say peace with people, peace with nature.
Nice.
Peace with people, peace among nations, and peace with Earth, peace with planet Earth. Because at the moment, the way humanity is treating nature is like being at war with nature. We are at war with nature. So we are trying to make peace with nature. And when you are in peace with nature, we make peace with people as well.
Yeah.
So peace with people, especially about Ukraine and Belarus and Russia war zone. So peace with people and peace with nature. That should be your,
And do you have any advice on what to do if I'm not allowed into a country?
I think you should have. You are a tourist. Yeah, you should be allowed not to. Should stop you anybody. Just be persuasive.
Okay.
Be persuasive. Don't give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be persuasive. Don't give up. Cool. And do you think maybe the
Just
situation?
say, I'm going as a friend of all people. I'm friend of Russia. I'm friend of China. I'm friend of India. I'm friend of America. I'm friend of everybody.
Mhm.
And I'm not against anybody. We are all in it together. Because you have to be peace yourself.
Yeah,
If you're against somebody, then it's not peace.
yeah.
And so you say to Russian embassy, I'm friend of Russia and I love Russia. And get to China, I'm friend of China. Go to
Mhm.
India, I'm friend of India. Go to Pakistan, I'm friend of Pakistan. Go to America, I'm friend of America. I'm friend of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go as a friend, nobody will stop you. If you go as an enemy, I'm against Moscow. I want to go and protest in Moscow. Then you will not be allowed to go. But if
Okay.
you are going as a friend, and the keeping carbon in the soil is in the interest of everybody. It's not
Yeah.
against Russia. It's not against America. It's not against China. It's not against India.
Mhm.
So why should anybody stop you?
Yeah. Do you think they might stop me because of COVID? They might not want strangers coming in.
Ah, um, I mean, it depends what by July what the situation will be. China is much more restrictive than any other country.
Okay.
China is the most difficult. So if you are, I mean, you have to find out whether you can. I mean, when I was walking, times were different.
Mhm.
I could go to Moscow and get a visa for any country I want to go. But nowadays, people are asking for visa to take in your own country when you
Yeah.
start. So you might have to start the process, find out the research. How can you have your visa? Just tell everybody you are planning to go as a friend to promote the cause of peace with nature, peace with people, and keep carbon and fossil fuel underground and climate change.
Mhm.
And it's a climate friendly bicycle tour. And so can you get how so you might have to have visa from Belarus, Russia, China before you go in
Mhm.
your passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Arranged. That's a task for now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you
Good.
very much, Satish.
You are welcome. Good luck.
Thank you. And good luck
Okay.
to you too.